Today we are going to cook 3 of the famous Hong Kong local dishes and snacks. And without further ado, let's get started! Here we go. For our first dishes is called green radish and carrot pork bone soup. And let's take a look of our ingredients and the recipe. Here we go. Here are all the important ingredients in order to cook our yummy delicious soup. For our first step, we have to peel and wash all the ingredients. We have to wash the dates, sweet and bitter apricot kernels, and the tangerine peel. And we would have to cut the green radish, carrots, and Chinese water chestnuts into pieces. Just a little reminder here, when using the knife, be extremely careful and not to cut your hand. When we are cutting the corn, a little extra force might be needed. Here it is. Here are all the ingredients that have been washed and cut into pieces. For the pork bones, we have to wash them away from the blood. After that, put them all inside the big pot. Pour some water. Pour water over the ingredients. Boil them over high heat for around 10 minutes. When the soup is boiled rapidly with lots of bubbling, we can simmer with small heat for 2 hours. After 2 hours, you can open the lid and add some salt to taste it. You can adjust according to your own preference. If you find it is not salty enough, you can add more salt. And here we go. We are ready to go and share it with our family. Next, one of the greatest snacks that you could ever have in Hong Kong. It's called red bean pudding. Let's take a look. Here are all the ingredients that we need. We have got the brown sugar for 25 grams, white sugar for 25 gram. And some tapioca flour for 22 gram. Lastly, rice flour for 80 gram. For the first step, we have to wipe the inside of the bowl with oil. By doing this, it will be easier for the pudding to demold from the bowl later. After finishing the first step, we would have to steam the bowl for 5 minutes. In the meanwhile, we can ready our sugar water. We would have to put the slab sugar, red sugar, and 200 grams of water into a small pot. Cook the sugar water until the sugar is completely dissolved. However, this process might take a little long while. After the sugar is dissolved, put aside and let it cool down. Next, mix the rice flour, tapioca flour, add 100 grams of water into a bowl. Stir all of the ingredients until there are no powder particles. Now pour the sugar water into the rice syrup and mix them well. Put about 1 teaspoon of red beans into the steamed bowl. Also Also, scoop a tablespoon of mixed rice syrup into it until it is 80% full. While you are doing this step, be careful with the hot steam underneath. When you have finished, cover the lid and let it steam over high heat for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, open the lid and add about 1 teaspoon of red beans in the center of the pudding. Now steam it again for 8 minutes. After all the steaming, turn off the heat, open the lid, and wait for 15 minutes. Then demold the pudding and we are done! Last but not least, we are cooking BBQ pork and fried rice with egg. Here is the recipe and ingredients. For our first step, cut the pork with the grain into stripes for 1.5 to 2 inches long. Stab a few times with a fork to make the meat easier to marinate. Pour the soy sauce, oyster sauce, hoisin sauce, rice wine, sugar, salt, honey, garlic, and ginger all together into a big plate and mix them well. After it, put the pork into the big plate. Use a spoon or any tools to help you put the sauce all over the pork evenly. When you have finished this step, marinate it in the refrigerator overnight. Prepare a piece of aluminum foil and lightly oil them. In the meanwhile, preheat an oven to 200 degrees. transfer the pork to your preheated oven and roast for 20 to 30 minutes. Flip the pork regularly and baste them with the marinade sauce until it cooked thoroughly and turned golden. While waiting for the pork, we can fry some eggs and cook some vegetables to serve with the pork later. Put the egg on top of the rice and we are finished! Yay! All the dishes and snacks are ready! And they looked all finger-licking delicious. Now we can share it with our friends and family. Thank you for watching and hope you have a great time eating the food from Hong Kong.
Có聲音嗰啲，有得保持。喂，笑。唔花你嗰個酒嘅，